I broke up with my boyfriend because he wanted to marry me.
I guess you weren't ready.
So me and my ex-boyfriend had a very fun, awesome relationship. About 7 months ago, we broke up because I found an engagement ring in his bedside drawer with its receipt, documents, etc. And also a piece of paper with different speeches and ways he was planning to ask me to marry him. By the way, this comes from Deleted. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, long story short, I got scared and I left him. I essentially broke his heart because I was scared and I feel awful for it. And it hurts because I still love him and I can't believe I hurt him over my own insecurities. Tell him that.
Yeah.
Maybe fix it.
There's a really easy solution here, OP, and it's just go tell your boyfriend that you got scared.
Yeah, it's called communication. And to be honest, last 7 months or so have been awful without him. And I've been all over the place dating guys I didn't like, but got with just to feel better about the breakup. The breakup was totally my fault. I have no excuses as to why I did what I did, nor am I trying to make any. My reasoning at the time was I had a big work trip coming up in a different country, which I ended up finishing early because I hated it. And that I'm terrified of commitment due to coming from a broken family with a harmful father, and I'm scared of ending up like my mom. And the thing is, I know those two things aren't valid reasons, and I know they're completely irrational, but at the time I panicked. I didn't even tell him I found the ring. I just made up a BS fake reason.
Okay, easy solution. Therapy, tell him all of that.
Yep. Since I returned from my work trip, I've met with him quite a lot. We've had coffee, talked, gone to parties together, and we still hang out together with our same friend group. Weird.
Therapy, tell him all that.
And every bit of time I spend with him, I regret my decision more and more. All this backstory brings me to today. He messaged me and asked me if he could meet me on my lunch break. So I said, yeah, sure. So I took my lunch with me and went and sat on a picnic bench, which I always do during my lunch in the summer, and texted him saying where I was. He turns up and sits down next to me and we just talk. He tells me he misses me, that he still loves me, and that he wants me back. I told him I feel the same, but it's complicated. Tell him the truth.
It's not complicated.
Then he pulled out a ring box and opened it and asked me to marry him. The same ring I saw in his drawer. I don't know if you can go from broken up to marriage like that. My guy, read the room. But I appreciate the sentiment. And as soon as I saw it, I felt the same panic in the pit of my stomach that I felt when I first laid eyes on it. I told him the truth of why I left because I was scared of what would happen, but that I do love him and that I never stopped loving him. And I hate that we're not together, but I'm terrified at the thought of commitment in case I end up like my parents. He told me he's happy. That's the reason I left, because he knows now that I did not leave because I didn't love him anymore, and that we can work through it if I'm willing to. You can.
You can, guys.
You can, girl. Girl, talk to him.
Come on.
We ended up kissing for the first time since the day we broke up. And honestly, it was amazing. And I can't stop thinking about it. He gave me the ring box, told me to think about it, and then left. So now I'm sitting at home looking at the gorgeous sapphire ring
Stop.
he picked out and thinking, what the heck is so wrong with me? What should I do? How do I go about this? How do I get over my fear of commitment and end up with the only man I've ever loved? Edit, please stop commenting / private messaging me about how it'll be different when I have kids of my own, or saying stuff along those lines. I can't have children. And edit 2, from reading more and more comments now, I'm questioning everything. His motives, his behavior. Wait, what? Wait. There's way more to this story.
What?
But wait.
What?
I mean, yes, it is odd that he went straight for proposal.
But he was already ready to propose to her.
He was already to propose. I'm confused. I don't know if I saw any red flags. Flags?
I mean, not that we read.
Not that we read.
Maybe OP sees more, but she's saying the comments saw the red flags.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going. I feel so stupid I didn't see all these red flags because I was blinded by love. Now I'm also wondering if he even loved me or if I was just a young lay for him.
What? He wants to marry you.
Edit 3, yes, I know I may be jumping to conclusions about the red flags, but this is a brief snippet of our time together, and I'm having red flags from his behavior during the relationship and certain warning signs I didn't see. Is this...
I didn't see them.
Maybe this is the her being afraid of commitment again.
I think it is, because what are you talking about?
I'm so confused. Yeah, Kim Fine says that came out of left field.
Nowhere.
The dogs are out.
Ew.
A sapphire ring too,
dude. I want an emerald ring.
That's the first thing I got for sapphire ring, and
that's beautiful. Yeah. I would love a gold and emerald ring.
Can you look up gold and emerald ring?
My ideal.
Yeah, I've looked it up. She wants what did you want around it? Like
I just want it to look like an elvish ring.
Yeah, that's what it was. We found something
like a
that.
dainty, something dainty.
Ishan's ring is beautiful.
Really beautiful. I was looking at the close-up. I don't know if you saw in Steph's story.
No.
There's a close-up from the place that they bought it from posted, and it's beautiful.
Damn, if the place you bought it from posted it, that's how you know it's good. It's only because I'm getting an outside perspective without emotion that I'm seeing the other side. I was emotional at first when I wrote the post. As you can tell, I'm all over the place because the situation isn't exactly normal. He's reading all these comments and we've spoken on the phone since, but he won't discuss it with me over the phone. So until I finished work, he's come over to my house. I can't come to a solution with him or even get answers on his intentions. He wants to marry you.
Dang.
Damn.
He literally just wants to marry you, and Opie's like, "Oh, what does he want? Like, girl, what are you talking about? He just wants a quick lay. He's trying to marry you."
This is what Sophia wants.
But we got...
Oh.
I thought you were gonna
I was like,
play.
what? I don't like that one though.
But we got
I want it to be like
oval. Yeah.
This is wrong. Also, Serenity Equine Horse. No, wait, was it Serenity Horse Ranch? Ruined my dreams. That's sad.
Dang.
I'll just be careful.
But we got
I've never been known to bump into anything.
an update. If you kept over the last post and followed to any extent, then you will know that I was meeting with my ex after work today to discuss the whole proposal and to discuss the whole relationship in general. Well, I did. He came to my place after work, and I'm crying as I type this because most of you were right about him.
What are you talking? Where did you guys get all this?
My heart feels broken, and I don't know what to do from here. I can go into more detail on this post as opposed to my last one, and I can clarify things more now because I'm no longer defending him.
What? Did we miss something?
It's going to be a long post, so I'm warning you now. It may be long. All right.
I
think
genuinely
we're going to get context
so
now,
confused.
but I'm so confused. When he came to my house, my best friend had come to for support, and she went upstairs and kept the bedroom door open to make sure if I needed any help, then I could get it. He was not happy that she was there. I told him that's the only way I'll speak is if she's there because I don't think being alone together is appropriate. But you were just hanging out as friends. I'm confused. First of all, he went on a tangent about how I should never have made a post and that was a stupid thing to do. He asked me like 1,000 times to remove it because I changed the password to the account before I made the post. He's extremely mad he can't take it down. He was focused on that in the beginning until our conversation progressed. And he was getting incredibly irate, such as pacing back and forth, huffing and puffing, throwing things. And then the conversation moved onto the gosh dang ring. I told him that it was inappropriate and unfair of him that after 7 months of no romantic contact or talk that he would propose out of the blue.
I'm like, yeah, it was a weird move, but he went from being about to propose to you running away because you were scared, then to you guys clearly having unresolved romantic feelings for each other. Like both of you had that feeling. You said yourself that you still were in love with him and missed him.
He didn't like that and got aggressive with me.
Okay, that's not cool.
Told me I'd never find anyone like him, how no one would ever marry me, especially because I can't have kids, so I'm useless to most men.
Aw, he sucks.
So I should marry him because he loves me more than life. What a sales pitch,
Dang,
my man.
wow. Okay, well, there it is. He sucks.
And would never hurt me, all else an attempt to make me feel small and like he's in charge. I kept telling him on what planet does he think he can do all this, then expect me to roll over and take it. And his response was, you already did.
Wow.
So the majority of you were right. To him, I was literally just some inexperienced girl he could manipulate and take advantage of. He clearly didn't love me, and all this actually hurts because I genuinely love this person, and now I'm confused about how I could have been so naive to not notice anything.
I mean, apparently you weren't that naive. You left him.
Part of me thinks I was so preoccupied with ending up like my parents that I miss all the warning signs. Like many of you said, it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. I gave him the ring back and told him I don't want to see him anymore, and he then turned to begging after realizing intimidation wasn't working. Literally him on his knees with crocodile tears and his arms wrapped around my legs, telling me how much he loves me. He'll buy me whatever I want. I've never been financially dependent on him. I have my own place and he said he'll do whatever I want him to do to make it right. I told him there's nothing I want from him anymore and that I want him to leave. I mean, again, after that sales pitch,
bye.
Bye.
At which point there was a knock at the door. My friend thankfully had texted her dad about what was going on, and he came around and asked him to leave. Otherwise, the police would be phoned. And he told him to never contact me again, or he'll make him feel as intimidated as he was making me feel. His face was a picture. He really didn't like someone talking to him the way he speaks to me. So he said he'd leave. In the process of leaving, he threw the ring box near me. No idea why. Literally 0 points. My friend's dad pushed him out the door whilst he was shouting all sorts of things. And that was the end of that. But it doesn't have to be the end of listening to this podcast. You can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite podcast app, and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update, but let's discuss.
Wow.
Whoa.
Came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere.
Also,
whoa.
OP, I want to say, like, be nicer to yourself. Because
Yeah.
apparently you called it 7 months ago.
You knew. You had the inside scoop.
You knew.
Yeah, dang.
So, like, OP's like, I should have seen it. Apparently you did.
Apparently,
You
got
just
that
didn't know that you
feminine
saw
intuition.
it. Serenity Horse Ranch says her spider
Ooh.
sense is new. You
Yeah.
apparently
The spider
nailed
sense
it,
is
and you
new.
didn't know why you knew.
Also, I don't think we ever got the context of the ages.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
know they've been dating for 7 months. The ages, are you guys ready for this?
Yeah. Hit me
This
with the
is
ages.
huge. OP, 22.
22 is OP.
Boyfriend,
Boyfriend.
34.
30.
So this makes a lot more sense because OP is so young and like
22 and
Yeah.
34.
7 months as well.
Question: are we sure that they've been dating 7 months? Because he said they've been apart for 7 months.
Oh, let me see. They said
Because
Take a spot. How long have OP and this guy been dating?
oh, yeah, it doesn't say.
ding a spot.
Will it work?
Will it work?
Oh,
Will it
no.
work?
Ding a
Come on.
spot.
Sorry,
How
7
long
months
have
is they weren't
they
up to,
been
yeah.
dating?
How long have they been dating?
Just it doesn't say.
We don't know. But it doesn't say, but I think they've been dating for longer than 7 months because they've been apart for 7 months. Wow. Yeah, we didn't see any of it. Apparently, some of the commenters read into things that we didn't read into.
maybe it was because
Maybe
of
it was
the
an edit.
ages.
Yeah.
The
Knowing the
34,
ages
22.
does point out a lot. Wow. Yeah. You really nailed it, OP. Your intuition was spot on.
But we got a little bit more to the story. So now I'm expecting he's not going to leave me alone, especially after the passive-aggressive threat that he could ruin my life. I've asked to talk to my manager tomorrow so I can warn her of what happened and that he may post stuff about me on social media in an attempt to get me to lose my job. My best friend's dad said he'll take me to the police station tomorrow and we'll start a report because he's worried that after what my friend told him that it won't be the last I hear from him. So at least if anything else happens, I've just started one and can eventually get a restraining order against him. I just hope I can get through this.
Dang, man. Wow.
Whoa, that went from 0
To 100. So quickly.
Real quick. Yeah. 22
And presumably
34.
she was probably a little bit younger when they first started dating. Like I would say like she was probably like at least like if he was about to marry her, probably 21, 20.
Yeah. I mean,
At
Keon,
the
do you think
least.
you could pull up the story and see if there's any other
Are there
updates?
updates?
Or
Yeah.
comments,
yeah,
I would
or
say.
comments where we
The
can get
comments
some
would
more
I would love
great.
comments.
information.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Kim finds his 18-year-old me wouldn't see a problem with the ages. It'd probably be a selling point.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
are rubies harder than emeralds? Because I could be down for a ruby.
Charlie James says also, of course, at 22, you don't want to get married.
Yeah.
Like you're so young and obviously did pick up on weird vibes.
Yeah. The
Ultra
ages in this
90X
story are super
said,
relevant.
Stay away from him, OP.
I just have a couple since again it's
what
from
does it
deleted.
say?
I just have a couple.
I
hold
can't
on.
see it anymore.
Yeah, what were some of the comments?
I'm getting him right now.
Can you
They're
read
right
some of them?
Yeah. I can read them.
Let me make this a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
for
Read
you.
it a little bit bigger, please. Thank you. Reed City says the fact that you were able to get yourself out of the cycle speaks volumes. Be proud of yourself and how you were able to stand up for yourself. That's amazing. OP says, thank you. I'm really shocked. I didn't think I could do that. Goes to show that I don't know everything about myself after all.
I want to see, can we go to the original post?
The original post.
Like the first
I will
post?
check, but again, it's deleted. That's why.
It was deleted?
Yeah,
Dang.
it's deleted.
Ah, that's why. Yeah, that's probably why I don't have all that.
Yeah,
those
all the
there's
comments.
context, yeah.
but I do think OP luckily saw through this in time.
Yeah. And Amber says, what's the age gap? It's 22 and 34.
Yeah, 12 years.
12
That's-
years.
That's a good
Yes.
amount. It's a good
Yeah.
amount. It's a good amount. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I feel great about this, but I do feel great that OP saw it and
Yes.
is not dealing with that anymore.
Sometimes you got that gut feeling that it's just not right. And you're like, oh, well, maybe I'm doubting it. Maybe I'm just afraid of something or other. But sometimes it's because your gut knows more than you do. Your brain can overthink. Your gut just has the instincts.
Anonymous 42 says, I had a friends with benefit thing with someone 13 years older than me. Anytime he wanted to get more serious, he started acting like a dumb teenager and ran away. Yeah. I mean, usually if a guy,
a much older guy,
or any much older person is dating someone younger,
it's
they
because
probably
they're
are
immature.
immature.
Yeah. You don't, I mean, it's power and because you're immature.
And immaturity.
Manipulation.
Yeah. Or desire for power, to be clear.
The fact that he said all that stuff too. And,
and
a little whack.
That it's not always the case. There are some age gap relationships that work out great.
Yeah, sometimes it is. But that's the end of that story. We're going to get into this next one.
I refuse to help my friend cheat.
Don't help.
I, male 21, have known my friend Matt, male 21, since we started college. We're in the same program and have been roommates since day one. Overall, I'd say Matt is a great guy. However, he has a terrible tendency to cheat.
Oh, he's lovely, except for the unaliving he does.
Why are we friends with Matthew?
Oh, he's a lovely guy. He just throws bombs into small kindergarten rooms.
Throughout college, I think Matt had 5 to 7 girlfriends, and each of those relationships ended because he would cheat. Hey. Back in January, he started dating his current girlfriend, Jen, female 21, and has been with her far longer than any of the previous relationships.
Also, editors censor that my pipe bomb in kindergarten thing. You can just censor it, and I think it would still be funny.
From my interactions with Jen, I know she's a wonderful person. She's very polite, beautiful, and clearly devoted to Matt.
Clearly
devoted to Matt. By the way, this comes from Fearless Neat 6654, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, for the past few weeks, Matt has also developed a close relationship with his anatomy lab partner. I bet they're doing a lot of studying up.
Oh, yeah.
Cindy, female 21.
Oh, we need to study each other's anatomy for this project. Anatomy.
It's become pretty clear to me and my other housemates, Kyle, male 21, Robert, male 22, and Omar, male 20, that there's some romantic relationship between them. We've all even met Cindy as she came by our house a few times. Long story short, Matt has told me and the other guys that things between him and Cindy are moving fairly quickly, and that Jen is completely in the dark about this. I hate you.
Yeah, because you're lying.
He told us that for the foreseeable future, he'll be spending a few nights hanging out at Cindy's place. Tell Jen. I hate this.
Are you friends with Jen?
They know Jen.
You should tell Jen.
They got to work on their anatomy, guys. They're just learning.
Yeah. He's just spending late nights studying. It's she's like, oh, how does this feel?
Yeah, let me study the woman.
I think you tell him, I'm sorry, if this is your friend, do not put up for this. Don't put up with this. If this is someone that you consider a friend, you either shouldn't be friends with them, or you should say, no, tell your girlfriend or I will.
I feel like you can't say, oh, they're a great person.
Yeah.
But they cheat.
He's a bad person. If you continue to let this happen without demanding that he tell his girlfriend and continuing to be friends with him, you're also a bad person.
Especially around campus, you think after 6 or 7 girls, they'd be like, that's the guy that cheats on everyone.
And Hannah says, I missed the ages. They're in college. I believe both 21.
20 and 21.
Here's the issue. Jen and her roommates don't live that far from us, about a 7-minute walk. So there's a good chance she'll come by looking for him, according to Matt. Therefore, he wants us all to make excuses for his absences and potentially reassure Jen that he isn't up to anything bad.
That is even worse.
You guys suck. Your whole friend group sucks.
You cannot corroborate this.
Kyle and Robert are fully on board with this as they consider it the bro code.
That's not bro code.
They suck.
That is not bro code. I've never
You
heard
are
of such a
explicit
code.
in cheating and you guys suck. Omar is fully against this. Omar kind of sucks because he's still been going on with this for a while, it seems.
Has he? No, I don't know.
Well, Matt has been cheating on all of his girlfriends and they at least know about it.
Well, they could have just been roommates. I don't think they could have just been roommates. And
Okay, Omar, the jury's still out. And while he has not said he'd tell Jen, he has refused to lie for Matt and has been urging him to end things with Cindy. I would say I'm more neutral. You kind of suck. I don't think what Matt's doing is appropriate, but I don't think it's my place to tell Matt how to manage his relationships. You're his friend. You're his friend. If you disagree with him, you can say, hey, that's not cool, dude.
I think that's whack.
Or stop being friends with him. I don't like you. I told him that while I wouldn't seek Jen out and tell her what's going on, I wouldn't lie to her either about where he is and instead say, I don't know. I
don't like you.
We all argued about this for a while, and the general gist of things is that Kyle, Robert, and Matt all think I'm being a bit of a butt for not being more cooperative.
It's the bro code. You gotta be cooperative, man. No, I think that's whack.
Whack. Aside from this, I don't think there's really much I can do. Moving to somewhere else is both economically and logistically unfeasible, so I think trying to avoid stirring the pot is my best bet. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, a little bit.
I think if you don't have a relationship with Jen, it's not your responsibility to go out and tell her. Like if it's just like, oh, this is another person that like this guy's cheating on. I think if you do have any kind of relationship or any kind of friendship, you should tell Jen, because then that's your duty to your friend. Also to this person that you're calling your friend, like, I mean, I think you could be friends with a lot of different kinds of people. Should this be a close friend? Probably not, if they have like this big of a character flaw. And
No,
you should definitely...
You shouldn't be a friend.
You shouldn't... yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think you should be... I mean, if this is like a serial cheater, it's not like a...
Why would you want to be friends with this person? I understand that you're in a living situation with him that maybe you're not able to get out of. That doesn't mean you ought to be friends with him.
I'm trying to think, like, what do you say to this guy? Like, because you have to live with him.
Yeah, I think you say, if you are friends with him, you say...
Stop that. Go tell her.
Yeah, or I will.
I will.
I don't even,
Our
personally,
classic
I don't
line.
even think, even if you aren't friends with her, I think that personally, if I were in this situation where a friend who was cheating on their partner and she's coming over, I've met her. Presumably, they've been dating for.
Tell her if she comes over.
They've been dating a while. She's obviously coming over. She's obvious. Like, it doesn't even matter if they're not like friends. She's coming over.
I think if you have any kind of relationship, you tell. But like, if it's just like he's gallivanting around town, you don't have to. You don't have to be. It's not your responsibility to tell everyone that he's like hooking up with that he's a cheater. Like, I don't think that's. But if you have any kind of relationship with her, I think you should say, including a relationship of like acquaintances.
I think that. Yes, I think you should tell her, because they clearly have some sort of relationship where he knows her. And I think that if you don't feel comfortable telling a friend's partner that they're cheating, then you shouldn't be friends with that person. Like, if you're like, well, I can't tell them because I'm not part of that, then like, get out of that friendship. It's either you tell them or you leave the friendship. There is no in between for me personally.
Have you ever told someone?
No, I've none of my friends have ever cheated.
Well, like an acquaintance.
No, I've never had to be in a situation where I knew about cheating. Fortunately for me.
I knew a guy on my study abroad program that had a girlfriend that I didn't know, but was this guy was an acquaintance in my thing. And I'm curious, in this situation, you know, a guy, not really close friend, but like in your study abroad program, you know, he has a girlfriend. You could probably find his girlfriend on Instagram. Would you go and message her on Instagram saying he's cheating?
If this isn't a friend.
It's not a friend and you don't know the person.
I mean, I don't think you would be wrong for doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily, like, I don't think you're a bad person for not, you ended up what?
I didn't do anything.
I feel like if you don't know them and you don't know the girlfriend, it's like, But I don't think you would. But I think if you have
if you have a friendship with the guy, you should tell him to do it. And if you have any kind of relationship with the girl, you should.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely, you should tell her. Yeah. But there is an update. Phew. I'll start this update by saying Jen found out last night. Like Matt predicted, she came over to our house Tuesday evening. I saw her pretty quickly since I was also coming back from buying some food. She asked me if I knew where Matt was, and I said I didn't know because I genuinely didn't know at the time. She mentioned how he wasn't responding to her texts and that she was worried about him, and I feel pretty bad hearing that. Kyle, who was inside, came out at this point and said that Matt was in his anatomy lab and then reassured her that he'd contact her once he was finished. I hate this group of men.
Whack.
I hate this group of men.
That is so whack.
Hate them.
She didn't seem entirely satisfied with that answer, but thanked us anyway and left. Once she was gone, Kyle told me that Matt was actually on a date with Cindy. These men are terrible. These men are terrible.
Also, like, I feel like you being in that environment is just gonna it's like easy to be a good person when you
you're
have
around good
friends,
people.
but like when you are in this situation, you just get caught up in.
Well, you think this is normal,
And also
because they're all telling you that you're the a-hole for wanting to not cooperate a story.
A Blush says, "Ugh, men," but I've heard this same behavior from women.
Well, no, I think it's
one
not.
of my friends,
I don't
April,
think
was
it's
telling me
gendered
about
because-
her one of her friends or her friend's friends that literally like cheats on her boyfriend every time she goes on a trip, like every time, and talks about it freely with all her girlfriends. It is not a gender thing. It is a
Yeah.
crabby people.
No,
Crappy
I have
people,
a
yeah.
like friend, not my personal friends, but like friend of friends, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, like oh yeah, she was flirting with this guy or like whatever," and I'm like, "That person like with a boyfriend?" And I'm like, "What?" It's very no. Anyone could do
Icky.
it. It's not
getting
okay
icky.
ever. It's not. No one. Your friends should not be allowing or encouraging cheating in any form. If you, I don't know, you just want to surround yourself with good people. Why would you want to surround yourself with people like this?
I mean, again, it sounds like he's stuck in this living situation.
Absolutely, but it doesn't sound like, oh, I'm stuck with these sucky people and they want me to corroborate their stories and I hate
A
it.
little
It
bit
sounds like
he's doing that.
it sounds like he's saying these are my friends.
Is he saying that?
Yeah, he started with these are my friends. Since Matt sometimes brings Cindy over and he'll text the house group chat before they come over to ensure that Jen isn't around. He did this on Tuesday night and Kyle did alert him that Jen had stopped by looking for him. So he stayed over with Cindy on Tuesday night. Wednesday evening, only Omar and I are home. Kyle was with his own girlfriend and Robert had an exam. Around 7 p.m., we got a text on the group chat from Matt saying he plans on bringing Cindy over around 8:30 and he asked if Jen came by. I told him that I hadn't seen her and things went on as usual. I'll add that Omar has refused to respond to those specific text messages from Matt. Cool. Omar, okay. You didn't tell Jen, so not quite that cool, but you know, you're not on my crap
I would be
list.
so mad. I would be so mad in this situation.
I would, like, every time Matt did that, I'd be like, I'm not doing this for you. Don't involve me in this at all. Like, literally, stop talking to me. So there was an expectation on me to clarify if Jen was here or not. A little after 8 p.m., Jen comes by with one of her friends, Carly, female 21. They asked us where Matt was since Jen hasn't seen him a lot lately. Before I could even say anything, Omar told them to come back after 8:30 and Matt should be home. Omar.
Let's go, Omar.
Omar's the only person I like.
W Omar.
W for Omar.
W Omar.
OP, you kind of suck because you're a bystander. But Omar, they left and I did argue with Omar about his decision to tell them to come back since it would inevitably cause drama, but he didn't care. I wouldn't care. If I was in this situation, let's say I'm like, in a world where I wouldn't tell the girlfriend, like I'm Omar, I'm pissed off, man. I have to cooperate for my cheating roommate who keeps making me involved in his schemes. I'd be like, you know what? I want to create drama because I'm sick of living in this.
The one thing I would say is in creating drama, if this guy is already an unscrupulous person and you've pissed off this unscrupulous person
Who 2 other people in the house agree with.
Yeah, you probably are going to make that living situation like
really bad for yourself.
I think Omar's done though. I think he's going to move out.
I think he should. I honestly
think he
think he
needs to
should
leave.
move out.
I think he should
I
move
mean, if you
out.
can, but
Yeah.
it might be super expensive. But yeah, Omar is lighting the house on fire and he's inside.
I did text Matt and told him about Jen potentially returning, but since he was driving, he didn't read the message. You suck, OP. At this stage, I gave up trying to contact Matt and went up to my room. A little after 8:30, Matt walked in with Cindy, and not that long afterward, Jen and Carly returned. Omar let them in.
Let's go, Omar. Welcome to the fire. The Thunderdome.
Durant says Omar just wants to watch the world burn. Long story short, there was a lot of Jen yelling and Matt lying and apologizing. I didn't bother coming down since I could hear it all from my room. After about 10 minutes of this, Jen and Carly left. Matt sent Cindy home after this and was pretty pissed at what happened. I reminded him that I sent text messages, which he now saw, and Omar played dumb, acting like you didn't see Matt's message about him asking if Jen was home, but confirmed to him that he told Jen to come back after the first time she came back because he didn't think Matt was dumb enough to go out with Cindy 2 nights back to back. Omar,
Yeah. Nice.
I dropped the phone for you.
I hate OP. Who is an a-hole, says Pattis. Yeah, I mean, like, you could have been an Omar.
Could have been Omar.
You almost swayed that way.
Could have been Omar. Could have been
Instead,
Omar.
you were following bro code.
Robert
which
and
is the worst
Kyle.
code. That's not even bro code. I don't want to
It's not
disrespect
bro code.
bros like
Bro
that.
code is
This
like don't
is-
date your bro's ex. That's bro
Yeah,
code.
this is just
Cheater code.
cheater. Yeah, it's cheater code. Cheat
Rob-
codes.
Cheat code. Cheat code.
Cheat code.
Robert and Kyle came home after this point, and I filled them in with what happened. There was definitely some tension in the house this morning, as Matt thinks this all could have been avoided had Omar been more helpful.
Helpful in cheating.
Helpful in lying. Why, don't involve other people in your lies.
Yeah.
If you're gonna cheat, if you're gonna do all this stuff, be sneaky with it so you don't just spill your cheating garbage onto everyone else.
The more people who know your secrets, the more people.
Yeah.
The more it's gonna get out.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a message to all you cheaters. Be a
No.
little be sneaky with it so you don't spread your cheatingness on me.
But also don't cheat.
Also, don't cheat. But if you gotta, do it
Don't
quietly.
gotta. Stop.
No.
Don't cheat. He also partially blames Cindy for wanting to come over so often.
What?
Overall, Matt doesn't really seem to care that Jen found out and broke things off with him. He said that he'll try apologizing one more time, as he does prefer Jen to Cindy. I hate this man so much. And if she doesn't accept, I'll leave things as they are. As for Cindy, Matt has already told Kyle, Robert, and me this morning that he plans on ending things with her after the December exam season. He says that he wants to be single again by New Year's so he can have a fresh start.
Man needs fresh starts in so many ways.
We need to rinse out this man's brain. Kyle and Robert think this is pretty hilarious considering how much trouble he got in to be with her. Things have ended more smoothly than I thought, and I have made it abundantly clear to Matt to keep me out of his relationship woes. You suck. You, OP, you. I have also asked Carly how Jen was holding up this morning as we share a class together. You still suck. I'm sorry, if I were Jen and I knew, and we had even talked and we had been friendly or something, and I knew that you knew,
I would
and then
not
you had the audacity.
ever want to talk to you.
You had the audacity to come say, "Oh, how are you feeling?" I'd be like,
Shut up. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. You contributed to the feelings that I'm
The
feeling.
amount of times that I asked you where he was and you said, "I don't know." You lied for him. As expected, Jen was very upset about the entire ordeal, and she and her friends consider everyone at her house, aside from Omar, to be complicit and awful. She's right.
Omar is goated.
Oh, yeah.
Omar is goated.
As she should, dude.
Omar is goated.
Quick update, Kyle texted the group chat. His girlfriend knows, and she isn't happy. Yeah, I would break up with everyone in this house except for Omar. Love you, Omar. Update 2.
Also, it seems like Omar did the right thing, and it doesn't feel like there's much flack hitting him.
Well, I think he just played dumb. He was like, "Oh, I didn't know you're coming back with Sydney. Cindy, I didn't respond." And he has the deniability because he never responded in the chat. He never responds. He's like, "Oh, I just didn't read it. Sorry. I thought you wanted to see your girlfriend. Sorry." Omar, king.
Omar knows how to do it.
Yeah.
He played the politics both ways.
Mhm. I don't think Omar is friends with any of them. I think he just lives in this house and he's like, these people suck.
And that's what sucks about going with because you could get random and you could just,
Like he's probably in college, has these terrible roommates, and he's like, well, these guys suck.
Frat heads. Omar is the MVP, says V-Ron. Kind of bet money Omar and Jen are gonna smash, says Kid Fine. I mean, it would make sense. Hannah, he kind of did, or Hannah, he kind of did it sneakily. Haha.
Yeah.
I do think, honestly, if there was the best way to go about this in the least blow up in your face way, it was the Omar way.
I agree. I personally, I probably would have gone about it of the way of directness.
Yeah.
But Omar
I think
is
if you
Omar.
do it directly, you have a high chance of it making a really awkward living
For you,
situation
yes,
for you.
because he's living
Yeah.
in this situation. I understand why he did it the way he did it, which is why he's still
He's goated.
Goated.
He's goated. New bro code, says Kimberly Rockwood. Don't cheat.
Don't encourage.
We're adding that to the bro code.
Don't encourage your friends to cheat. Don't cover them. Update 2. I've been receiving a lot of DMs from people wondering how things turned out after the big reveal. So here's a quick recap. Jen did not accept Matt's apology. Shock. She has indicated that she in fact never wants to see him again. Matt is still with Cindy, and he still plans on breaking up with her after exam season. According to him, Cindy's starting to feel pretty secure now that Matt's no longer with Jen, and has expressed her desire to form a serious relationship with him. While he does feel a bit guilty, he thinks it's best for both of them that he ends things with her before New Year's.
This is I hate this. I hate this.
Despite feeling guilty, Matt has attempted to reactivate his Tinder account, but Kyle made him take it down. Okay. Kyle thinks it's too soon for Matt to do this since someone we know is bound to see him there. See, Kyle doesn't actually care that he wants to be on Tinder. He's just like, dude, that's stupid. People are gonna see that you're cheating. And according to Kyle, Matt needs to play up the angle that he's heartbroken and falling out with Jen.
Play up the angle. Ah! These conversations are gross.
Kyle has smoothed things over with his girlfriend by claiming he had no idea Matt was cheating. Robert backed him up on this and expressed that nobody aside from Matt knew. While I did plan on telling Carly the truth about what was going on, considering how quickly Matt, Kyle, and Robert have been moving, I opted against this. OP, you're a coward. Instead, I've told Carly that I also did not know about Matt's cheating. Coward! Yes, it's a lie, but since I was against Matt's cheating, I don't think it's fair for me to go down with the ship.
Well, you should. You should go down with it.
You should go down with the ship because you set it on
down
fire.
with the ship. Yeah, exactly.
You suck.
You put a little flame to that ship.
Considering that both Kyle and Robert are getting off relatively scot-free. Apparently, I was convincing enough, as Carly told me, that while she herself doesn't think I'm so bad, Jen will need time to process what went down, so it's best to give her space. Again, I get it isn't the most appropriate measure, but I really don't think I deserve to be in the splash zone. You deserve to be in the water.
You deserve to be in the tsunami.
You deserve to be under the water.
You deserve a tsunami to just
wipe you away.
Wash you over.
Wow.
Give you a little bath.
I hope all the comments were just
it
eviscerating
sounds like
you.
The comments weren't eviscerating him.
Which I don't understand. Or maybe he's just not reading them.
Yeah, maybe he's not reading them.
He's ignoring them.
Yeah, classic.
Classic OP.
Classic OP.
Omar has expressed his strong disappointment in all of us.
There we go, Omar. Setting the bar somewhere.
But at this stage, his voice has become ambient noise, according to Kyle. Since I'm fortunately visiting my parents this weekend, I get to be away from the drama and hopefully any potential fallout. Also, since it's relatively earlier, we have to wait and see if anything else happens, but I pray the worst is over. There is a third update.
Another update.
Wow.
What possibly could be happening?
My dream is that everyone realizes that OP, Kyle, and whatever his other face is, they were all involved, and that everyone hates on them. Because they were involved.
They all participated in covering up these lies.
You were complicit.
You know what? I might think that happened. Matt's a cheater, right?
Yeah.
Matt might throw everyone under the bus.
I bet he will. And
that's
then they'll have to, yeah,
that's
and
my
that,
take.
oh, how sweet that would be. How sweet it would be for Matt to be the one to get all of them in trouble.
That'd be so
It would be
funny.
poetic.
Because everyone's like,
Poetic
we're
justice.
scot-free, we're not in trouble.
It always comes to light. Update 3. So there have been a few developments since my last post. Before you ask, no, I haven't told Kyle's girlfriend anything for obvious reasons. Yeah, the obvious reason that you're a coward. Firstly, I don't want to ruin my housing situation. Second, it'd be my word against Kyle's, Matt's, and Robert's. So she probably wouldn't believe what I have to say. Also, I've started seeing a new girl myself and things are going smoothly. Snitching on Kyle would probably ruin that as well.
I feel like you deserve it, though.
I asked Omar privately if he was going to blow the whistle on Kyle, but he didn't give me a particularly straightforward answer.
Dude, Omar is working in the shadows. Omar is going to make it so you're looking around every corner,
I also
wondering
love,
what's going to happen.
I love
and
that,
right
yeah,
when you least
he
expect
strikes.
it, Omar's there.
I love that Omar has given them the chance to come forward. He's like, I'm disappointed that you guys haven't told anyone this. He gave them the chance.
And he's going
and
to strike.
They didn't take it.
He's going to strike.
Yeah, Omar, you're not going to tell anyone, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess you'll find out.
He's hard to read, so I don't know what'll do. Kyle has begged him not to say anything, so we'll see how that holds. I'm guessing Omar has probably already told the girl he likes about the entire situation. Of course he has. They act like a married couple despite not really dating, so if he knows, she probably knows as well, which does put Kyle at some risk of being found out, but this is only speculation and not my problem. It is your problem. Matt's plan to dump Cindy and be single by the new year has completely fallen apart. As you may recall, Cindy is Matt's lab partner, and the anatomy class they're taking is a full-year course. As Omar so smugly pointed out, Matt wants the anatomy prof to write him a ref letter eventually, since he has done prior research with this prof and is doing well in his class. And if he were to have conflict with his lab partner, that might spoil the letter.
This guy sucks. I hate that he's smart too. I hate
Yeah.
that he's winning.
Omar has been throwing this constantly in Matt's face by saying things like Matt needs to pretend to love Cindy even though he isn't capable of love, and how he can't be a gardening tool anymore because it will affect his academics.
Oh my God. Oh.
He says all this jokingly, but it is hilarious considering how worked up Matt gets. Jen and Carly are doing all right. I saw them before leaving campus the other day and we spoke briefly. I've heard that Jen is starting to reconnect with her ex, the guy before Matt. Before you ask, she didn't cheat on this guy with Matt. She got with Matt a few months after she and the guy ended things. Hopefully she finds happiness there. You don't care. Since our winter break has started, we'll all be headed our separate ways for most of the break. I do plan on hanging out with the guys a few times, though for now, as much as I love tea, I need a break from their drama.
You need to get some scruples, my friend, because you have lost them.
There is a fourth update.
I think OP needs to put some distance between all these people. These are not people that you want to keep around.
The problem is that OP is one of these people. That's the thing. He doesn't see any problem with staying friends with them because
He's one of them. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Also, can we turn on the AC? How are you not hot in that thing?
It's the question we all ask her, Sam, and she just looks at us like we're weird.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
You ran in that. You're like, I'm cold.
I did. I was hot when I was running, if that makes you feel better. But it was windy. Kimberly Rockwood says, even if he thinks he can love, he can't. He needs to stop and get right, be on his own, keeping his own drama to himself.
Don't worry. Usually those type of people end up alone anyway.
Yeah, he's never going to be happy in any of his relationships because he doesn't know how to be in a relationship. But there's more.
Let's hit it.
And a fourth update. Unsurprisingly, Matt, male 22, has cheated again.
Are you kidding me? Man cannot keep it in his pants for a few days.
On his newest girlfriend, Cindy, female 21.
Oh my God.
Which, is she so shocked about this? I use the term girlfriend loosely because realistically, Matt only stayed with Cindy because he needed a recommendation letter from a certain prof and didn't want issues in the class he shared with her. That's not a reason to use the term girlfriend loosely. I don't care about the reasonings. If Cindy is his girlfriend, she's his girlfriend. Cindy was essentially a placeholder.
Oh my God. Also, the language that OP uses just shows how he thinks.
So bad. Grr.
Grr!
And since Matt no longer needs that letter, lucky him, he's more or less done with her. He went on a quite tirade about how annoying and clingy she is, and again mentioned how he still prefers his previous girlfriend, Jen, female 21, to her. You had Jen! You had Jen! Matt revealed this information during a completely unrelated conversation to me, male 21, and Omar, male 21, last night. The two of us had no idea this was going on as Matt has been more secretive about whom he tells his relationship info since the last time he cheated. Our other roommate, Kyle, male 21, told us that he has known about Matt cheating on Cindy for almost 2 weeks now. He and Matt are besties. I'm not sure if our other roommate, Robert, who wasn't here last night when we were having this chat, knows about Matt cheating yet again. I didn't bother asking Matt or Kyle if he knew. Of course, Cindy has no clue that Matt's been unfaithful, nor does Kyle's own girlfriend, Olivia, female 21, know that Kyle's been essentially helping Matt cheat on Cindy. I kind of knew Olivia wouldn't know for obvious reasons, but I didn't want Kyle to confirm this with me. The only reason I got this confirmation was because Omar stupidly asked Kyle, "Does Olivia know?" Realistically, Omar knew dang well that Olivia wouldn't know. She didn't know last time Kyle covered for Matt, but I guess he wanted to burden us with this information for whatever reason.
Because he's a good guy.
Because he's a good person.
He's actually the only one with any kind of backbone in this entire house.
OP, you are like such a bad person. You're such a bad person and you're walking around like you have this moral high ground and you don't. You really don't. Omar then asked Matt if he was going to break up with Cindy, and Matt only responded by saying, "Eventually, yeah." I asked Matt what he meant by this, and he clarified that he wanted to be done with Cindy by reading week, about 2 weeks away. What the heck is reading week? For those wondering, I'm still here for 3 more months until my lease is up. There is a fifth update.
Oh my God. I'm exhausted.
And Anonymous says, Omar, you know what you need to do.
Implode it. Write letters. Get evidence.
You need to You need a Snowden this.
You know what you need? You know, like when they would old timey, like an old timey mob boss would like go to a politician and he was like, I saw what you did with her last night. And there's an envelope and there's a bunch of pictures taken by like a private eye of them doing some spicy sleep with some lady of the night. And they're like, these pictures will go out in every newspaper if you don't do what I say. I think Omar needs to do that at this point.
Yeah, but then he has to also release them.
Yeah.
Update 5. Probably last update. The second term at uni is finally starting to wrap up now. I had a few successful midterms, but for the most part, things seem to be calming down a bit. I only have about a month and a half left on my lease, and then I'll be able to leave all my roommate drama in the past, as this is our last year of undergrad. Just a few days ago, Matt told me and the other guys that he had finally dumped Cindy. It came a bit late, as I remember him saying something about being done with her by reading week, which ended on February 25th. He admitted that he kept her along partially for his lab class. Now, only a few more lab sessions remain in the term, and most of them are independent work, according to Matt. Supposedly, Cindy is distraught, though since she knew about Matt's antics beforehand, I hope she had the foresight to mentally prepare for this outcome. At least she doesn't know she was cheated on. Since dumping...
He sucks.
He sucks. Since dumping Cindy, Matt has started seeing a new girl. So far, he claims to like her, but since he's likely going to move this summer to attend med school, the relationship already has a predetermined expiration date. Omar asked him if the girl knew what she was signing up for, and Matt gave him a lame answer about not knowing the future, and how she might prefer this sort of arrangement. Omar was a bit annoyed by this and told Matt that he was behaving like an a-hole. Shock. Yeah, that fork found in kitchen. I agreed with Omar and told Matt that he was probably already lining up potential affair partners. He denied this and said that if things went well enough, he'd be open to trying a long-distance relationship.
Dude, please do not give this man a long-distance relationship.
He can't even handle a short-distance relationship.
The girl that he cheated on was 7 blocks away.
7-minute walk away.
Which is
7-minute walk away.
Less than that. That's like, what, 3 blocks?
Assuming he moves out of province. All of us called BS on this, even Kyle and Robert. Speaking of Kyle, he has still not told Olivia about how he's been helping Matt cheat. Olivia is pretty friendly with Omar's so-called future wife, Sarah, so maybe she tells Olivia. I don't know. Kyle is worried about this outcome and asked Omar to help with damage control if this does happen.
No.
Omar has refused.
Omar is going to go wild. Omar is going to go nasty on you.
Omar has refused and claims he can't lie since he's fasting these days. He thinks that Kyle should just tell her so that way she'll maybe appreciate the transparency. Robert warned Kyle against this and said that it would probably just create drama and stress for him. I've been telling my own girlfriend some of what's been going on, and she has expressed to me several times that she doesn't like Matt or Kyle, lol. Between all the papers she writes for her courses and prepping for the LSAT she'll be writing in the late summer, she's got enough to worry about, but she did tell me that she'd like me to be firmer with Matt, so I've been calling out his problematic behavior more often.
I feel like not enough.
Yeah, he's like, hey, that's not cool, dude. Anyway, let's go get drinks. The last thing I'll add is that Jen is thankfully in a better place now. Sounds like she's died. Carly told me that Jen started talking with a new guy a few weeks ago, so hopefully that works out well for her. Funnily enough, Matt knows this as well and seems bothered by it, but there isn't much he can do about it aside from coping, I guess. Guys, there's another update.
Oh my God.
This never ends.
This is the never-ending story.
I really need it to end with Omar literally going nuclear.
Yeah.
I need it to end that way.
Omar has enough evidence.
He has enough evidence. He's collected it.
Omar does the Jersey Shore thing.
What?
Where you probably don't know about it, where one of them leaves a note in the house and they like tell one of the people. They're like, it was like, Sam, we know that your boyfriend cheated on you. Multiple people in the house know. Therefore, you should know. That's pretty much the gist of it. And it was like a huge thing.
That's
what Omar's got to do it.
Omar's got to do that.
He's got to do it. Oh, Lord. I can happily say that after a pretty chaotic school year, things have settled down. We all completed our exams at the end of April, and our lease ended, so the boys and I returned our keys and headed off for a well-deserved summer vacation.
This
you
was
deserve
not
nothing!
well-deserved!
You deserve nothing!
This is not no!
You deserve a bit of mud!
You deserve to be jailed in a mud hut.
Since then, I've been largely chilling. Undergrad is done. Hallelujah. And since I've been accepted into med school, this summer has been the most relaxed one I've had since my high school days. Kyle and Matt have also gotten into med school.
I don't like that they're all smart too.
These are all...
I don't like this.
Oh, no.
I don't like it.
And like me, I've been taking things easy. Matt actually ended up getting into quite a few offers, so he's off to his dream school in late August. Predictably, since then, he's been all over Bumble and Hinge. He claims to have evolved past Tinder, but he's still largely up to the same antics. Shock. He also swears he's going to start and stay in a committed relationship once he starts med school, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
No one's holding their breath.
If you held your breath for that,
You'd die. You'd pass away.
Kyle and I only got one acceptance, but who's counting? All three of us are going to different schools. Kyle seems to have come clean to Olivia about his involvement with Matt cheating on Jen. Olivia and Sarah are kind of besties, and Omar tells Sarah essentially everything, so Kyle was worried Sarah would tell Olivia a greatly exaggerated version of events, or so he said.
Even the baseline, most boring version of this would show how terrible you all are. Besides Omar.
I learned this all from speaking with Robert back in May. Kyle was able to control the narrative, and Olivia was upset for a while, but decided to look past it since she wanted to maintain that relationship. Also, since Kyle's school is out of province, she wanted their transition to long distance to be smooth. Oh, they are not lasting. Omar, unfortunately, was not accepted this cycle.
No! The only good guy. No!
This sucks. Instead, he's pursuing a course-based master's program. I'm sure he'll do well since he's a hard worker, and I imagine he'll get med admissions next year. Why did Matt get the most options? Why do bad people get good things? However, right now, he's probably dealing with the most drama of any of us, but I'll get into that later. Robert is also doing a master's, though it is a thesis-based one. He likes that sort of thing, random but cytokines? Though you can't pay me to do something like that. Rumor has it that Sarah is getting very frustrated that Omar hasn't proposed to her or something. I didn't think their relationship was that serious since it's not like they really dated or anything, but I digress. Omar doesn't want that sort of responsibility right now while he's still a student, and this has made Sarah very annoyed. I think they're in a relationship, OP. If she wants him to propose, I think they're in a relationship.
Like a committed relationship.
Not gonna lie, this was probably the most interesting thing I've heard in the past few years since Omar is the most reserved person I've ever met. I think he just didn't tell you that he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, also I think he's
This
not
is his
probably
girlfriend.
reserved. He's just not messy like all of you.
I was curious, so I asked Kyle if he knew anything since Olivia and Sarah are close, and he said that it checked out. Cindy has essentially fallen off the face of the planet. Some people say she's returning for another year. This would explain why nobody saw her at our recent graduation ceremony. I do know from Matt that she attempted to reach out to him a few times since their breakup, but he's ignored all her messages. I kind of feel bad for her. Speaking about graduation, it was recent and Matt and Jen actually saw each other face to face for the first time in like 6 months. He said hi to her, and she returned his greeting but didn't speak much after that. I honestly have a lot of respect for Jen. She handled herself with class and composure, unlike Cindy. I have no respect for you, OP. I still think Matt is a moron for giving up what was clearly a good thing for someone like Cindy. But yeah, that's how things shaped up. I'm glad undergrad is done and feel like the whole situation was uncomfortable, but it made me more mature. No, it didn't. That's the end of that story. It did not make you more mature.
Thank God that's the end of that
wow.
story.
You are so immature. You learned nothing.
That sucked.
You learned absolutely zilch.
For someone who seems so smart, people who are going to be doctors, they are so dumb.
So dumb. Wow. But folks, that is finally the end of that story.
Do we got another one?
We do.
We got one more story for you.
Wow.
Juanaya says, mature where?
Do you see maturity? No. Kim Fiat says, Opie's talking about Cindy like she's Haley's Comet. Some say she's returning this year. Durred says, dishonor on OP, dishonor on OP's cow. Yep. So true.
But that is where that story ends. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.